What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Yala. It is a thrice weekly podcast where we talk about the hottest news, the latest topics with a touch of what, Terrence?
H-U-M-O-U-R, humor.
Humor, man.
Yes.
This is our midweek episode, and we're not going to be talking about. Actually, we are going to be talking about news today, lah.
Yeah, but I mean,
some news,
some
updates, but we've got a very special guest today.
A very unique individual
Yeah.
that we've known for a long time.
Actually, since we kind of started in social media on YouTube, and now he's conquered not just YouTube, not just Facebook, not just Instagram, but TikTok as well.
He is the face of Squid Game in Singapore. I would say
He's literally wearing Squid Game all over himself now with a box that says Squid Game, and he's none other than Mr. Jaze Phua.
Hi everybody.
Thanks so much for coming, man.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. But for real, like the first time we met you was in 2014 probably. That was when we started going YouTube full time.
Yeah, YouTube Fan Fest, right? I think we met
YouTube
there.
Fan
Yeah.
Fest.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah. Can I
was
just
the
give
thing.
a big shout out again to Jaze, because he literally turned up for today's podcast wearing the Squid Game outfit, carrying the box and the card and everything as well.
Yeah, everything I said just now is real.
It's real. And
It's
we
real.
opened the door and there he was. And Harish, did it bring back any interesting memories of watching Squid Game?
I mean, I am 4 episodes in, and yeah, like the commitment was there. The commitment was there, and I think I kind of suspected something along those lines because over the past month, Jaze, you have amassed how many new followers on TikTok?
Wow. 5 times from 170k to I think now it's like 1.6 mil.
In 1
1.6.
month.
Yeah, probably less than 1 month.
Fucking
1.6
hell.
is
It's really the
million.
hype. I think it's really the hype.
1.6 million new followers on TikTok
1.6
in
million.
1 month.
Yeah, that is insane. And I know a lot of your content of late has been around Squid Game.
Yeah.
right?
Lately all my content are mostly about Squid Game.
Squid Game.
To the extent that Netflix themselves sent me the swag box. They call it the swag box.
Yeah, the Squid. He's holding up a box with that
Yeah.
code, the circle,
Correct.
triangle,
So
square on it.
inside the box, it comes with this whole attire,
The Squid Game, the green color outfit. Yeah.
And then there's all this game, this marble.
Yeah, the inside of the box is decorated like the playground.
You probably
scene.
don't understand marble, right? Because you're not in
Oh,
the
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, I put it in
Yeah,
episode
yeah.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next episode, I think one of
Yeah.
my favorite. That's one of my favorite episodes.
Oh, is it?
So just an aside, is it for real that you are that big a fan of Squid Game?
Yeah, to be honest, this is really by far my favorite series so far. Really, haven't been seeing a really good one. No, I mean, there's also a good one, but I think it's been a while for really such a good series. I think the last one I watched, I think Kingdom.
Kingdom. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kingdom was great. Yeah. You mean you're talking about Korean
Korean
series?
one,
lah?
yeah.
I
It's
see.
also not bad.
So is it you? I mean, the motivation to make the Squid Game videos, because I mean now there's a lot of Squid Game videos
Yeah.
out there, lah, right? But and on your channel also is a lot of them. The recent ones are all Squid Game videos. So the motivation comes from. I mean, it's not just about wanting to jump on the
Right,
trend, lah,
high,
but it's
yeah.
also because you
The
do
series itself
enjoy the
is good.
series.
Yeah.
And why? Can you explain what you love so much about it, lah?
There's a lot of like human interaction, emotions, a lot of psychological things. Like I can't spoil too much, but like a lot of things, a lot of decisions where you probably forget about it.
Yeah.
But in the show, they actually bring it out, like interaction between humans, the decision that you will make that will cause a whole bunch of people to suffer. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's something that do you see across most of the Korean shows that you watch, or there's something very unique about this?
I think just something very unique about this. Of course, this they say a lot of inspiration from other shows like Japan. Also, the sound look like this other show from
Alice in
Royale.
Borderland.
yeah, Alice in
Oh,
Borderland, and then also Money Heist, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think the visual come from there.
But how soon after it came out did you watch it?
Less than a week. Less than a week.
Because I remember seeing the trailer before it was out. I was
Exactly,
like, oh
same,
shit,
yeah.
this looks cool.
Yeah, something different, right? Like
Yeah.
the color, the treatment, pink and tail and the green.
Yeah.
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 So, but I mean, yeah, over the past month, you have amassed massive spike in TikTok followers. But going back to where your start in social media, right? When we met you in 2014 at YouTube Fan Fest, YouTube was the thing, right? Then since then, you also did a lot of stuff on Facebook. You've had some videos go viral around the world on Facebook.
Facebook.
Um,
Naruto Mirror Run.
Yeah, the Mirror Run was when? 2019.
2019, yeah.
2019. And that your biggest viral hit to date at that
Yeah, I
point
think
in
that's
time?
my biggest, like, literally, like, I feel like more globally known, as
Yeah.
the Mirror Run. People know.
And I mean, if you're listening and for some reason not familiar with it, it was basically Jay standing in front of a toilet mirror, running left to right multiple times and piecing it all together into one.
1,000 times.
A thousand times.
Yeah, I look at my videos, like almost
It's 1,000 times. Oh,
Yeah.
And that was covered almost like internationally lah, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The whole Mirror Run craze, that like when TikTok also just started lah, that whole challenge thing. People, you do whatever, then people just copy, and
Yeah.
then just like do a replication of that. Yeah.
So actually, the interesting thing is that I think, Jaze, your content has always managed to find this middle ground between the anime world, social media, and Singapore lah, basically, like what Singaporean audiences want. And because of that, I think you've also managed to get a lot of people outside of Singapore as well lah. So actually, what is the method behind your so-called madness lah? Like, I mean, people watch an anime, they watch and then they go to sleep. You watch an anime, what happens in your head that makes you go out and do all those things?
I will write, like, find trend lah. Like, I know that this is gonna be high or this is gonna be big, and people gonna talk about it. Because I think it's like there's the term of meme. Right? When there's a new show, come out, then there'll be a lot of meme about it. There'll be show about it. So that's where there's a lot of attention on it. A lot of people searching for it. So example, right now, like so of course the moment I know that Squid Game is, people start talking about it, I know this is gonna be big. Yeah, I quickly do a video. In fact, I haven't finished a series. I already started making my first Squid Game video.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so there are a lot of people who haven't even finished yet, of course. So then eventually, more people watching it, and then we understand, so this video is about that.
I see.
Yeah.
So are you always on the lookout for
Yeah, always,
what?
man.
Always. And how
Yeah.
do you keep track of things that are going to
Just
be
keep using
global?
phone. Like, I mean, on TikTok itself, you can also always find for trend, Facebook.
I mean,
Yeah.
because you also did that Marvel low budget trailer,
Oh,
right?
yes. Yeah.
That
I mean,
was
correct.
tweeted by
tweeted by the Russo brothers themselves.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah,
Hulk
him also.
actor,
Yeah,
so-
himself also. He retweeted, say this is some
crazy.
genius work.
So
Yeah.
that was, and I mean that also you did it as the movie was just coming out,
Yes,
is it?
it's just before the movie. I know this is gonna be a big hype. Then I just do the parody.
Did anything come out from that? Like, did they invite you to go to the US for a premiere? or anything?
No lah.
No,
But
right?
I think Disney Singapore did invite me for the premiere, and then give me some the premiere, the IMAX, to watch in IMAX.
Yeah.
So they I think eventually did some work also lah for
So
Disney.
so when you sense something is gonna trend, do you get anxious about shit? There's a window, I need to do it now.
Yes, that's
Oh, you do?
always in my mind. Yes, that's
Oh,
literally.
you do.
Yeah. No, like right now, even like, cause not sure you guys got watch like anime Demon Slayer,
Yeah, I hear about it lah.
Yeah,
I
so
have
season 1 was really like also a hype also. So season 2 just came out, I think 2 days ago. So I was like trying to do a new video about that soon.
I see.
But for you the trends you look at have to be what? International.
It has to be international, globally, at least that.
If it's just Singapore, if it's Southeast Asia or something. No.
Nah, usually I avoid doing more locally stuff. Yeah, for social media lah.
But I mean, the cool thing is that you not only just so-called find trends and then do content about it, but sometimes you bring together worlds that would never clash lah. Like One Punch Man and Superman?
Spider-Man,
right?
Yeah, I did that.
yeah.
So that's my YouTube. That's my biggest YouTube videos right now. And the views lah, in terms of views. Right now,
And how
it's
many
around
views?
10
It
million.
was,
10 million.
Sorry, it was One Punch Man versus Spider-Man.
Yes,
right?
One Punch Man versus Spider-Man.
And it was how long was the video?
3 to 4 minutes.
3 to 4 minute video.
Yeah.
And it was like basically an action sequence of
Correct,
the two of
them
them
fighting.
meeting.
It's the kind of thing, a crossover lah.
Yeah. So stuff like that, I think it really warms the loins of like a lot of like anime and
Exactly,
comic
they
book fans
cross
in the
over
world.
the US fans, Japan fans,
Yeah.
whatever.
And so that's why I think it's also in some ways quite uniquely Singaporean, East West, that mix and
that makes
everything,
the
right?
yeah.
But have you always felt like you are meant to be that bridge in the middle because of the fact you speak English and you also watch anime, everything.
Exactly. Yeah, I felt that too. Like Singapore, we speak English, we speak Mandarin as well. So it's a mixture of everything, yeah. So we do that.
So, but can you just walk me through the process of coming up with a TikTok? Because now I think your most watched TikTok for Squid Game is just the POV of someone who looks to the right, receives the card, then looks back and the person who
He's
gave it to
gone.
him is gone.
Yeah.
And it has 50 million views.
Yeah, reaching that. Yeah.
But
Around
how
there.
did you think of that video idea? Because to me it's like, oh, that got 50 million views, but I know that TikTok has its own language.
Yeah.
I know that. And that's something that maybe you can walk us through for people who are still new to TikTok,
Okay.
trying to understand TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I don't really fully understand how the algorithm work exactly.
Okay.
And like some video can be so like a lot of views, some videos just like you feel like a lot of potential, but this doesn't reach.
I mean, even algorithm aside, I think there's like what Terence said, there feels like there's a method to your madness. How do you think about that video specifically?
So that after I watched episode 1, I felt like it was really good. So and then I thought like, wow, this is gonna be a trend. I keep seeing a lot of people on TikTok already watching. You know, there's like the one open TikTok is like Bogoa, no, a lot of this kind of thing.
yeah.
So then immediately I was telling my friend, hey, we need to go train station, go and do something about it.
Oh,
Then
really?
we go there. Then we did the throwing of the thing first.
Yeah.
Then after, of course, we go there. We don't want to just do one video,
Yeah,
just thought
yeah,
like, do the other one where like, okay, some guy wearing a suit, then pass you the card, name card. Then what should I do? It's more like a personal thing. Then and also on social media, it's like when you ask someone a question, it's more engaging.
Yeah.
So I think partially why the reason a lot of people share that video because it's like, what should I do? So like people will share their friend, what will you do? You know?
If you're in that situation.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
the-
you shot it as a POV. lah.
Yeah. So that was what in my think of how to make it engaging also lah. Yeah, not just a video for people to see for fun. that kind of
So right now you said, you asked your friend to go. I know when we met you, everyone was still trying to find their footing
Yeah,
in
to
social
find their
media.
style.
Now you have your own company called
Fantastic
Fantastic
Media.
Media. So what is it that you guys do, and what made you want to start a company as opposed to just being an individual content creator?
I mean, my dream was to make movie lah. You know, like a lot of content creators out there, they want to make movie. So myself, I consider myself a full-time director, other than doing content creation and acting wise. So why have a production house? Because taking job, and then eventually, if I ever make a movie, we have a production house and a team to do that. Yeah. So yeah, that's the reason why I want to have that.
I see.
And right now your main business is ultimately what?
My bread and butter is still commercials lah, like
Commercials.
Yeah, ads, etc.
But actually, can you talk a little bit about the difference in between YouTube and TikTok? Because I think the nuance about the difference between that is lost on slightly older folks, who maybe haven't really used TikTok as much. But like, what do you think are the major differences between creating content for YouTube versus creating for TikTok?
I mean, okay, it's definitely shorter, of course. Shorter and then it's faster. Because I think on YouTube, right, we did realize at first, okay, how TikTok is turning out is a bit like how YouTube started the early days. It was just a lot of rubbish video. People just upload. There's no content control over anything. People just upload. Then we call it the toilet video lah. Then eventually people start to do more quality video.
Yep.
Then it becomes more and more quality. Then longer and longer. Then eventually people thought YouTube is too long, so they cut shorter. Yeah, I think people also created the habit of like watching short content.
Yeah.
So then eventually people start to use TikTok because of the whole habit lah. I feel. I think before TikTok, people also have the habit of scrolling through Facebook, watching videos. I think that habit already started from there.
Okay.
So TikTok came in the right time where there's non-stop video. Instead of status, there's also video all the way. Yeah. So it's a combination of YouTube and Facebook combined into TikTok. So your question is how different?
Yeah.
It's more like meme lah, 50 seconds, how much can you make? Like Vine, how much can you make in that 50 seconds? There's a lot of like sometimes a bit meta, or like humor that is probably just like relatable, then that's it, then go through next.
Got it.
Yeah.
But when you see one video do well on TikTok, because now you still post on Instagram, do you post on Facebook?
Yeah, once in a while. Whatever that is on Instagram or TikTok, I just put on Facebook.
So when something does well on TikTok, how does it normally translate to Instagram and Facebook and vice versa?
Quite different actually. Like the audience is really all quite different. Like things that I think will go viral on TikTok doesn't really go viral on Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, I think Instagram is still very like picture nowadays, like still very picture wise. Video people don't spend that long watching it.
Yeah.
Then people on TikTok just expect 15 seconds, that's all.
Yeah.
Then on Facebook probably longer for news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you ever get into the whole vlogging game?
Yeah.
Never.
To be honest, I'm quite bad at like looking at the camera and talking.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't really went into that.
So yeah, so that's quite. I guess that's quite interesting as a personality also lah. You never thought of like or of building up like people knowing who Jaze Phua is, your family or friends, all this kind of thing. Is there a reason why specifically? Because I mean, YouTube had a big vlogging trend, right?
Is
Then,
it?
I mean, in case
I
you guys
do
stand on
see
that,
those kind of. I think for me, because of my character, my personality, I'm more of like, to be honest, I'm more like really like an introvert.
Okay.
I keep my personal life pretty like personal, quiet about it. So even when I vlog, I feel like I think I'm kind of quite self-conscious. So when I vlog, I think about, is this really nice, not nice, and like I also think about the language. I feel like I speak in a very non-Singaporean, sometimes very Singaporean. It's like really not even like very Singlish. It's actually Singlish, but it's you talk about talking to Singaporean, you feel like this is like not here, not there. Sometimes like very Chinese also. So like I have
as in that's your opinion.
My concern, So I feel like people will not like the way I speak.
I mean,
really?
I mean, I don't see that,
as an issue,
as an issue, but I mean, I'm just curious.
Self-conscious,
Yeah, because you managed to, you basically managed to find success on multiple social media platforms without having to, really be out there and and be selling like a product next to the thing. I mean, there's still commercials and all that you do, but we don't think about Jaze Phua like, oh, you're getting married or
you move into a new house
$1 million home
or
on
something.
Jaze Phua, that kind of thing. Never seen that.
I have a simple car, simple house.
Do you ever get fans asking you about that? Because realistically speaking, you have how many followers on Instagram?
115k.
115k. On Facebook, you have how many followers?
150k.
And on TikTok, you have 1.6 million. Right. So that is a shit ton of followers, right?
But I'm not too sure they will. I mean, you understand where you're coming from, like where they might be slightly interested in what I'm doing, what my lifestyle will be.
Yeah. But are they interested? And do you ever feel like sometimes, maybe I should share a bit more?
Yeah.
Not at the moment. I feel like, unless I feel like if I feel very comfortable in my new house, because I still stay with my parents, So I would think about letting people see my house. I feel a bit, in China we say like a bit like 下水 stay with parents in one room, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I'll consider this kind of thing. Unless I have my own house, maybe I'll share. If I have a nice car or maybe then maybe I'll share. But for me, it's because I feel like my life has not like fully. I don't feel my life as successful yet. Yeah. But I can understand not sometimes vlogger they say you don't have to be successful. Sometimes it's a journey,
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes it very endearing for us. Every time we work with you, it really is about the content. Like we've worked with you. Harish has appeared in videos that you've directed and everything. We've worked with you to help choreograph like fight scenes and stunts for our web series and TV show and all. It's always an enjoyable experience. But yeah, you've always struck me as like someone who is really about it for the content.
Content,
And I mean, I think that's damn cool. It's very cool that people can still be about the content in this day and age. That's why I'm trying to understand whether TikTok or what changes the game just because of the algorithms or what. But what I'm hearing from you is that it's just the format difference. But ultimately, it still boils down to the kind of content that you make that attracts people to watch your stuff. Not about your, showing skin or anything like that.
It's not too much of my lifestyle.
Okay, so only fans not on the cards for you.
It's the next platform, man.
It is, man. I heard a lot about it and I know friends that are earning a lot.
So Terrence, you spent a long time building up. Fucking drop the mic.
To be honest, I did research about it. I think there's no harm having it. Overseas, there are celebrities.
Can we just put it out there? Jaze is he's very fit, right?
Yeah.
Like I accidentally on set and I bumped into his abs before, and it's like I was like, hey, there's a wall. Hey, no, it's Jaze. That kind of thing. So I'm like, if I had that kind of looks and I was younger, it definitely would cross my mind.
All the way, man.
It will cross my mind. So I think there's nothing shy to do about it. So you did research, and then what do you feel about it?
I mean, I have friends who tell me though, they feel like there's a social stigma. And like if you do that, people will just think, hey, you're doing this kind of thing. But again, when I was researching, there are celebrities out there, they're just posting BTS. Big celebrity, I can't remember what's his name, like very famous in US. He just posts his BTS in his OnlyFans, which makes sense, right? Not people subscribe to OnlyFans just to see your BTS, because you don't put BTS in your Instagram or whatever.
So and nothing lewd or anything.
Nothing
it's
lewd,
just
totally.
BTS.
There are a lot out there that is not yeah, nothing Louis, you know, that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
So I was considering that. You know, I mean, just maybe $1 subscription basis. You know, people that pay to support me. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but their friends will say, why not? And their friends say, yeah, I think there's a social stigma. You must be careful about it, lah. You know, people might think, hey, this guy do OnlyFans. But then my thinking is, yeah, people go see my OnlyFans and see I'm only doing BTS, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, you know?
Because ultimately, if you open up an OnlyFans account, that in and of itself will create buzz, right?
Yeah.
And if ultimately you're not uploading anything too lewd or anything,
yeah.
then it could be almost like a branding thing, lah.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
what I thought. You know, okay. So firstly, I feel like because OF is saturated with those kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if I'm showing just BTS, I might stand out more, right? I mean, yeah, people consider why not I try Patreon. I'm like, yeah, but everyone is doing the same thing there. Of course, then all
BTS.
Yeah, then I'm just saturated. Then I think people on OF have money. There are people who want to pay on OF have money. There are people who subscribers are with money. So they obviously easier for them to come out from their pocket, right?
Yeah.
Patreon doesn't have audience that just want to have money waiting to use, you know.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
consider that.
I think OnlyFans you can you kind of got to spread out your portfolio a bit. It cannot be all about soft porn. If not, you also feel like very disgusted with yourself.
You mean if you're an OnlyFans user?
Yeah, user. So you will
I don't know
actually
whether
find some
people-
actual creators who actually do like legit stuff, right?
I mean, I would assume that people going to OnlyFans, they are probably looking for OnlyFans type content, lah.
What's OnlyFans type content?
I mean, the more lewd stuff, the NSFW kind of stuff. So like you doing it. I mean, I'm curious also because I know as a company, OnlyFans has skirted with the idea of going less porn, right?
Yeah,
they had to reverse it, lah, right?
Yeah.
But you can tell that for them, maybe it's on the cards for them that if they want to grow, they need to move in that direction.
In fact, they might be pushing me, right? Algorithm might try to push me. Hey, we need stuff like that.
I mean, there's this one guy from a few years ago who started uploading comedy videos on Pornhub. And he went fucking viral. Because
Exactly, that's what
he
I
would
thought.
title them as you
Food
would
porn.
No, he would title it as like you would a porn video, but it would be just like I think let's say the porn video is called like I played GTA and like had sex with this one. He would play I played GTA and finished the game. And then it would just show him finishing the game, then thumbs up to the camera.
Yeah, or like
It
having
was
fun with a
fucking
chick or something, then literally a chick.
Yeah.
Things like that.
I
Yeah.
think he did that and he went super viral for that.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious, lah. So
Yeah.
So I await your announcement on
One Punch Man X Spider-Man.
Yeah, exclusive
on
BTS
OnlyFans.
on my OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly.
Catch them in the dressing room as they're putting on the costumes.
Yeah, so I mean, because like, what is the TikTok is probably the hottest platform at this point, lah, right?
Yeah, I think everyone is starting to grow the habit of just using the app, and then like I think there was a challenge to start people opening the app, but now it becomes a daily lifestyle. You know, you want to be FOMO, don't be FOMO, you just want to scroll through and see updated the news, etc.
So I mean, with your new spike of incoming followers, has that changed the way other creators? Like, have you gotten a lot of incoming messages or for collaborations, or do you see your profile on TikTok also evolving in any way because of the new spike? Because like for YouTube, you know, if you get a big spike, it opens up more opportunities to collaborate. Have you seen that on TikTok?
Yeah, there is people asking for collaboration, that kind of thing. Yeah, so yeah, playing
People
with
in
that
Singapore or
mainly Singapore lah for now.
mainly Singapore? Okay.
But do you see yourself ever not being on any of the social media platforms?
Hard. Yeah.
As in you enjoy.
I think I enjoy. Yeah, I like the kind of attention sometimes. You know, like just scrolling through secret comments. I mean, after all, content creators, we are fueled by like or motivated by like comments, or to say good stuff, or like what, or at least they feel it's funny.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit. Definitely, as content creators, you definitely do feel a bit like shook lah when people say, "Yeah, I like your stuff," or "I think you're very talented," the kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's normal human thing.
But do you feel very disappointed when your videos don't go well, or it's almost like okay, move on to the next one? Does it affect you emotionally?
Yeah, it does a bit lah. It does a little bit. Yeah.
Because I remember when we were uploading a lot on YouTube, if we upload a video that doesn't do well, my mood is like being spoiled.
I totally understand that. Yeah, it does affect. You know, spend so much effort, then it's only like this kind of view.
But do you feel that you know the content creator burnout that some people talk about?
Yeah, it does.
It does happen. It happened to you before. Like, was there a period of time where you stopped creating content or?
So far still okay.
So
Like, I
far
mean,
still
YouTube has always been there. So I mean, I'm not a frequent uploader on YouTube. Once in a while. So like okay. So example, that Spider-Man One Punch Man video was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So but recently because of the Demon Slayer thing coming out, and then I know that Deadpool is coming out next year or soon. So I just shot the Demon Slayer versus Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did really. I shot that already. Yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
I'm gonna edit that, and then I'm gonna hope that this will get as much view as the Spider-Man. And
This is a YouTube video.
yeah, this is a video. Which I was thinking, even it's not doing well on YouTube anymore. I can just go on like TikTok, cut it, put it
And
on
how
Facebook.
long is it going to be?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, there's some fight scene. Yeah.
So that was the thing. Last time on YouTube, when I saw your videos, a lot of times they felt like they were a lot of effort, basically. A lot of VFX, a lot of action coordination. So there's no way you can do one of these every week.
Yeah, impossible.
Right. So you do one every month, every 2 months. But then you get punished by the algorithm, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't upload enough.
Yeah.
Whereas now your content is practically, like you say, you can film 2 in a day and
Yeah,
just
for
whack
TikTok,
on
yes,
that.
yeah, just do
So
that.
it's a very different mindset in that way, lah.
Correct. In fact, right now, even I tell my employee that y'all should start posting TikTok almost every day. So how did it all started in my company was like so I mean I have my own TikTok account and I don't upload as often yet. But of course I get my employee, my colleague to all, hey, we should have a goal that we should have a TikTok video every single day. At least one, or at least
You told your whole team?
yeah, whole team,
I see,
everyone
I see.
to have that. So with that, Fantastic Media also we have our own TikTok. So I have in my interns churning out TikTok every day also. Try to that's a goal.
Yeah.
So of course, actually, in fact, some videos start to pick up, for Fantastic Media. So got 1 or 2 videos also hit a million views for Fantastic Media. It was just like my colleague having fun, bickering each other. Yeah, Then it's like boss bully employee that kind, but it's more like a fun way lah.
Or boss bully. sensitive.
Employee.
Got
something
screenshots?
like that
Is it screenshots? Is it?
Yeah.
You are the boss.
Something like
lah.
that lah. No. I'm usually more like I curate the content funny. Okay, then
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you when you say you have a team and you are encouraging them to do content every day, you are the boss, right?
Yeah.
And you.
There's 2 bosses in our company. So
Okay.
yeah, then we have that here, there. Then yes, one of the video something like boss coming into office in looking swift. Then it's just a random my intern called us walking in. That kind of thing. Yeah, candid.
Got it. So basically, you run this team, and they are the ones who are also helping with production and editing and posting and all these things, lah. So in terms of like you said, you wanted to make your dreams to like make movies and all that, lah. How you bringing all these people with you along this journey towards like conquering Hollywood or China and all?
Wow, that's a really quite still far-fetched, very far-fetched. But I think right now it's growing audience. I think no matter what you do, go either you have a very rich or you need to grow the audience. So for me, it's growing the audience now. So like even my other employees also start to have, all of them have their own TikTok account, and even most of them have at least 10K.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
like even for Douglas, he has his own kind of content. Then my other colleague, Ziyun, she also have her own content. She's very meme lah. She don't show her face as much, but she have a lot of funny things.
Okay.
Then my other colleague, Darwin, he just posts a lot of things that he asks his colleague to eat.
Yeah.
If something his caption being like if you eat I feed, that kind of thing. So he just feed all the weird stuff.
I see.
Yeah, so I think on TikTok you need to have that niche. So for Fantasy Media right now, it's more like on our TikTok, it's more like a production lifestyle, things that happen in office.
So you're like a team of fun people. who are doing stuff on
We try to do
TikTok.
that lah. But recently we are quite a bit. We didn't upload for quite a while.
But they all amass those followings based on the 1 TikTok a day kind of, just that sort of goal.
Yeah. We try lah. Yeah.
So then every day you walk in and then you're like, hey, yesterday your TikTok not good. do a better job today. Or what's a pep talk like from the boss? Huh?
No lah, I don't do that lah. I'm very chill. I'm super chill one. We don't even go there. We have a monthly meeting every week.
Okay.
So
Monday meeting,
we just I just tell them, hey, this week onward, you should start having a TikTok every day lah. Try to lah. Then of course, they are allowed to just shoot TikTok,
Got it,
I'm
got it.
allow them to use TikTok, research, find trend, do, and then then
it.
do a TikTok. Then if you need, you can collaborate, get me to be inside, or you all can do your own self, get your colleague help you, that kind of thing.
But
Yeah.
but what do you see as the future of TikTok? Because like we all started on YouTube around the same
Right.
time. Then you saw YouTube evolve and like all the brands come in. Then all the big TV shows become YouTubers and Will Smith and
Yeah.
YouTube. Then with Facebook you saw them cut the organic reach and it just made it harder to reach your fans. For TikTok, do you have that same fear?
I feel like it is going to be there, eventually, because they have more control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
More control in terms of
in
what?
content creation. Algorithm wise, it's very how to say, it's very hard to no, I mean no one can guess it right. If you can guess it
Yeah.
right, of course you can hit a lot of views, but it's very hard to predict. Like even my like video, why you can hit so many, I cannot even answer. I didn't even expect it to be that. Yeah, I just do it casually.
But-
so for YouTube, for TikTok, eventually I think it's more like everyone will be on TikTok, everyone will have one. Then I think it's really how to monetize eventually. I heard people saying that TikTok is going to come out with like, you can able to shop on TikTok.
But most of your fans on TikTok are what sort of demographic? How old?
Below 30s lah, mostly.
Below 30s.
Yeah,
Does TikTok have a minimum age like Facebook or something?
16 I think.
16.
I mean you can have lah, but you just can't do more things. I think some things are restricted.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, because one question that Terrence and I were pondering yesterday is for creators who create content around, say, Squid Game, which is quite a gory show. There's a lot of blood.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
surprisingly,
death,
a lot
yeah.
of kids watch it too.
Yeah. So, do you feel, given that you have made videos about Squid Game that have hundreds of millions of views in total, do you feel that moral responsibility or not? Shit, you're making kids want to watch Squid Game.
Yeah, I mean, I did thought about that, but it's just a brief thought. But I feel like a lot of things you just can't control anymore. You really can't control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning,
yeah, I mean, I don't openly tell people to or ask kids to watch it. But I mean, of course, they saw it. They have to. They are curious. They go and watch it.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of same thing as like recycling.
You know it's good to do, but
Yeah, you try to do, but then if people don't do, you can't really tell, hey, can you recycle? That kind of thing. It's just like and then people who don't recycle, people don't even care about recycling. They feel like, how much can I change? That kind of thing. I think it's really that kind of thing.
But I mean, just to set a bit more context also, I think I was bringing up the topic more in relation to people who create content that we know is for kids one. Like if your YouTube channel features a school kids in a school like in a fixed school, obviously that's meant for kids, right? Whereas I think your content at the end of the day, I'm 38 years old, but I watch your content, I know it's Squid Game, which is something I watch on Netflix, it's not. But if I don't show my son, Squid Game, then he won't know what your content is, right?
I guess for content creator, we can't really control.
Yeah, you can't control.
It's really up to the platform itself to control, restrict what is given to them.
Yeah. So I mean, my thing was like, if your content is about school kids and all that, and then you do types of Squid Game players, then it's a bit like, is this meant for kids or is it not meant for kids? That's where I was a bit grey.
which was a video that was trending on YouTube.
Yeah, it
I
was a
think
bit-
over 10 million views in a week.
Oh,
Bit
Yeah.
grey area for me. But anyway, that was just the moral question of the day.
So then, in like along those lines, in this age of cancel culture, right? You do have a big following now. Do you have a fear like, oh fuck, if I do take one wrong step, I'm fucked? Or like, do you feel that as your following gets bigger and bigger, you also have a responsibility to create content that is more, and I say in air quotes, responsible?
Wow, this is a very, very tough question. Like I said, I can't control what they see, but I mean, I do want to have a bit of responsibility. I don't ask people to kill people, but show is show,
Yeah.
Then you back of question, if have the fear of being cancelled one day, yeah. I mean, sometimes you never know what kind of things you do. Maybe you just drive on the road, accidentally someone hit your car, then he go and sue you, then you go on the news and kind of thing. You just got cancelled for no reason. Maybe you didn't do something wrong or what. I mean, just showing example. Let's say I got cancelled through something that is very trivial, then my career of course go down lah. So I mean, then for me, my concern. Okay, I will still be in this industry. I'll just be a director, more behind the scene. That kind of thing. If I got cancelled accidentally,
But does it factor a lot into your content? Like, is there this additional step that maybe 6 years ago, you didn't have to care. You just do. Now, do you have that? Okay, is there anything wrong with this? Am I potentially offending anyone?
Oh yeah, I have to like, you know, like I will always have those kind of taboo, you know, don't talk about religion, don't talk about gender, don't talk about one more is what
Race.
race, yeah. There's 3 taboo like.
And yet you agreed to come on our podcast.
Yeah. Why?
I mean, on our podcast,
Oh.
that's a lot of what we talk about, right?
90%,
Yeah.
90%.
Yeah, 90%.
Yeah.
No, but the
Don't promote it, you know. Don't promote it, don't support it.
no, I mean that's where your content is interesting, like. When I mean you go into the world of fictional, there's a lot of fictional like sources for your material, like One Punch Man, Demon Slayer, all these things. So I mean, the demographics of One Punch Man or demographics of Demon Slayer is not up to you, right? You sort of adapt from whatever the source material is, lah. But what the thing I wanted to ask was like back then on YouTube, like, I think when I watched your older videos, or definitely I was thinking of Corridor Digital, you know, all this kind of Freddie W, you know, all those people who are doing special effects and action
And comedy.
shots, and comedy together.
Those are the channels that I look up to.
The OG ones,
Yeah.
But now who do you look up to for your inspiration, you know?
Even on TikTok, there are a few lah. Yeah.
Is it the Uncle Freddie and his son, that one?
Uncle Freddy. Oh, Ting Ming Wei.
Ming Wei and his father, that kind.
No lah. His content is totally different from mine.
I'm kidding.
That's the kind of content Terrence
Yeah,
watches.
that's the kind of content I watch.
Yeah, he loves it.
I not my kind of thing. I watch a bit more visual effects, anime. I mean, Zack King also.
Oh, Zack King, yeah.
Zack
Zack King's the
King.
one that does all the optical
Magic,
illusions.
yeah.
and all that.
I really
It's
respect
insane,
him a lot.
man.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah,
A lot of effort, a lot of thinking behind it.
yeah.
Admire him. I also hope that I can be like him one day. You know, but
Okay.
need a lot of commitment.
Yeah. And it's also, you saying Zack King, or is there anyone? And he's another guy like that went from YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
And
Every
all
Instagram, I
platform,
think he
yeah.
got big on Instagram.
Every
Oh, yeah,
platform he
yeah,
kills it.
Yeah,
Like.
kills it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So besides him, anyone else that really inspires you day to day?
Can't remember their TikTok name.
Any local TikTokers, anything?
TikTokers local a bit lesser leh. Cause I usually I to be honest, I try to look out for more global trend. Yeah, because I feel like, you know, it's very practical lah. You know, I for me is, I know that in this world is really, in this industry, for this media, this content creation thing, is about numbers.
Yeah.
So we need to get a number. Then I my goal is to get at least like 1% of the, you know,
The world.
you know, rather than like 80% of Singapore.
1% of the world.
70 million.
7
70.
I don't know.
Wow, he's
Yeah.
one.
7
he's
billion, 1% is how much?
70 million.
70 million. Yeah.
Wow, that means he's about 1% on the way there.
1% of 1%.
0.0.
No, 1%, more than 1%.
1% of 1% lah.
No lah.
What do you mean?
No, yeah, lah, his goal is to hit the 1% of the world.
Yeah, and
He's already about 2
2%.
million already. So
Yeah.
2
Wait,
divided
no,
by 70.
7 billion. people
Yeah,
in the
so
world.
1% of the population is 70 million.
yeah,
but
yeah.
now you already have like 1.92 million followers. So 2 million of 70 is like about
Still
one
less
third
than
lah.
1%.
0.03,
Yeah,
0.3%
Yeah,
of 1%.
Somewhere there, yeah.
So it's 0.003%.
Okay, well, your mathematics very good. What your A level you score? What? Your O level you
Hey,
score?
it doesn't matter what you score from exams, okay? It's about the person you are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Those-
about the person you are now.
Okay, so that's interesting. Where did that number come from? The 1% of the world thing.
Just felt like, you know, you need to have that 1% to at least be known, you know, for at least content creation.
Okay.
Yeah, at least you are something, you know.
Sure. So your dream, let's say like tomorrow you wake up and then like a genie says, "I'll grant you your wish in the entertainment industry." What will you wish for?
Wish for more wish.
More
Wish for what?
wishes, more.
Wish for
Don't
more
give so
wishes.
Singaporean answer.
More
lah,
wishes, no
walao.
lah. No. I mean, that cannot. That was the
Yeah,
Squid
that
Game.
one
That's a
cheat-
Squid Game cheat code.
Cheat
but-
code. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like what, work with Christopher Nolan or I don't know what lah, or Quentin Tarantino calls you and casts you.
Wow, there's so many, man.
Yeah, so but if you have one lah, like basically, because I mean, honestly, you in our industry, right, you are really only remembered for your last big hit lah, right? You know,
Yeah,
what's the last big
exactly.
thing you did. So if even you don't just do one thing and then you retire from the industry after that, like what would that one thing be lah?
Actually, can be more practical. I'll be more practical. Actually, you wish for more money, you can do everything also, right?
True.
I mean, because my dream is to make movie, you know. If I
Yeah.
dream to make movie, then what if my movie flop? My movie don't earn money, then I have no money.
Okay.
If I dream for more money, I wish for money, then I money I can make movies.
Okay. Let's
so-
take away the more
No
money.
more
First.
wishes, no money.
No
Yeah.
money. Take away those
Just
two.
an
Just
opportunity,
creative-
Jace.
Opportunity.
Creative
Yeah.
opportunity.
You want us to give you MCQ, is it?
Okay lah, let me be casted for Squid Game season 2 lah. Not bad.
Oh really?
Oh.
Squid
Not
Game
bad,
season
yeah.
2. Okay, Netflix, you heard it. You heard it. Squid Game season 2. We need a Singaporean
be,
entry.
But that is cool.
That's a very interesting
that
idea.
foreign guy, one foreign guy from in the team, you know.
Yeah.
So you know, it's interesting that you have these goals for global domination and all. But the one thing you hear in Singapore is that if you enter media, it's very easy to get jaded lah. It's very easy to get jaded when you enter an alternative career path. So what keeps you going?
I think really is the attention that fans give, you know, then the comments. You like example, I did that video, then next day I wake up, I got a lot of views, new comments. These are the motivations, like then maybe they say, hey, can you do this video? Like now I just do. Yeah. To be honest, you know, it's really more passion than money. Yeah, but you still need money to survive. That's all. I mean, enough money to survive can already lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it's really the comments, you know, what they say that motivates me.
So then is there like how have you seen the Singapore content scene evolve over the past few years? Because I mean, for us also we've seen it evolve in some way, but given that you have been actively creating content across multiple platforms, any thoughts on that? Like, do you see it change for the better, change for the worse? Do you see it become more censored, more safe, or what do you think?
Yeah, a lot of YouTubers, in fact, not doing that, not that active lah. I mean, like myself. And they of course shifted to TikTok. Then I think the audience, maybe because now it's more flooded with or more Gen Z. You know, Gen Z they grew up already. They are like 20s already. So content are more like for them. So their humor is slightly different.
Yeah.
In what way? How to explain the difference?
Some characteristic is like they don't like all the very showy thing. Like example, you know, they like to you know, they don't show they cause
Block their face,
because they grew up with people showing a lot of face, like our era, showing face, selfie and all. So for them it's that they don't want to be like that. They be like our us, you know. So they want to be more anonymous. A lot of famous TikTokers, in fact, they have a very funny TikTok name.
Yeah.
They don't even have a profile picture.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Then their humor is quite random. Then it's like if you get it, if you know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Then has it been difficult for you to adjust?
Yeah, I
this
try to
new-
lah. I mean, like learning how to do the you know, that kind of
Oh,
thing.
what?
Yeah.
The ice in the
she-
vein, is it?
Yeah.
Terrence, you don't know, is it? You
Yeah.
must point to the forum, right?
Yeah.
Wait, so
Something
wait.
like,
So
I don't even
can we
know,
start from the top again? What was this shit?
It's ice in the vein. I think
an
Dara's
action that people
our intern
do.
is looking at us.
It's an action that people do.
I think they pose like that.
Or they pose like they are injecting themselves in the
ice,
ice.
Yeah.
ice in the vein.
And then they say,
Yeah.
She.
Yeah.
what does it mean?
I don't know.
Like-
I don't know what it means.
I need to Google it.
So,
I forgot.
wait. So it's something that people use to react to something else. Like let's say
Yeah.
Jace like says he talks some shit about somebody, then like shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not
it's-
shit. It's she.
She.
There's no T, right? There's
No, it's
there's no T.
SHEESH.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't say the sheesh. Dude, you don't need to pronounce everything.
Yeah.
Because literally in this room we've learned yeet. We've learned what
Yeet.
yeet is.
Yeet.
You
Ooh,
today,
we just
Oh,
learned
yeah.
ooh
UWU.
Oh, yeah.
Then
Yeah.
she-
We just learned that today.
So you also been learning these things.
Yeah,
on the
trying
fly.
to be relevant.
How you just talk to your interns and
No, I mean,
staff and all.
just look at TikTok, then all the comment, this is she, this buzzing.
buzzing.
Yeah.
Legit.
So in TikTok, is the scene between TikTokers very collaborative or very individual or anything like the YouTube scene?
Oh,
That
we're going there.
the
I'm not
the
too sure. I
community-
think so far still okay lah. There are one or two toxic TikTokers. I know that they
In Singapore?
Yeah. To be honest, they kind of keep getting banned because they do a lot of very like sensitive stuff lah. Like,
as in toxic in the sense that they are
they
almost
shit on people very very obviously, you know, that kind of thing.
It's like bullying,
Like in
online
the
bullying,
face, yeah. I mean, you can consider bully. Yeah.
So then, I mean, speaking of like the whole thing about bullying and all,
And then
like
cancel culture, all yeah.
I mean, recently over the past week, there's been so much talk about a certain production house in Singapore that has had a lot of allegations come up, and I
NOC
mean,
lah, NOC.
yeah, like
it's in the
NOC,
news.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
NOC, and I mean, when we even on the last podcast we did about it, I think we shared our experience in the scene about how there is politics, there are cliques, but that's almost the same for like every industry, like.
To be honest, yeah lah. I also heard like, you know, in Apple, when Steve Jobs was still around, he used to be very, very strict, you know, like before he released his iPhone and all that thing, he'll be very strict, he'll scold, you know, and all. Yeah.
So when you saw that whole thing blow up, right? What were your thoughts about it? Were you surprised? Were you disappointed?
Knowing the person, I think is part of her lah. She's like that lah. But again, you can't use that as an excuse because people take things differently. You can be like that, but the person who receiving it at the end might be sensitive, and some people is not used to that kind of way of talking.
I think the whole generation, this Gen Z that we're talking about, I think they're not used to that way of like, just talking down to them,
as the generation they get more and more soft and more fragile.
soft.
Wow, Jaze,
Snowflakes.
good luck. You're gonna be cancelled, bro. Yeah.
No, but it's interesting because I mean I myself I felt, although I felt like it's not I'm not condoning that behavior, but what's that knocking, the strange knocking sound?
I think it's our neighbors.
Yeah, it's some Squid Game thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I don't condone her behavior whatsoever, lah. But at the same time, like running a business, you know,
Not
trying
easy,
to
man.
make ends meet, trying to make sure everyone follows instructions, or you
To
know,
hit
comes-
perfection, sometimes you gotta, you know,
yeah,
do
and,
some thing. But
and sometimes you just, I mean, even talking to like So Ryong and all that, the anger and the arrogance and all that is part of the motivation lah, to motivate yourself to hit better standards and all. So I in some ways I'm quite sad that we haven't heard directly from her also, like saying like context of why she said certain things she said. So yeah, I feel quite bad that way lah, and I'm sure you feel in some ways as a boss and running a business or that you can understand why certain point you lose temper also lah,
But
right?
I think like there's a difference between losing temper and like So Ryong's approach is very different. Right? For her, let's say the allegations are true, it was basically very, very explicitly vulgar and condescending. So to me, running a business, being a boss is definitely hard. But if those allegations are true, I think that's totally unacceptable. Lah.
So the allegations of what?
Of her using terms like fuckface on the employees and overchat. No, so that's why I just wanted to clarify when you say running a business is hard and you can get angry, but I think there are very different ways of getting angry and not being like condescending to that extent. Lah.
Okay, I mean, maybe I just put a bit of context, but let's say before she called someone a fuckface, the person turned around and said, "You are a fucker, you are an asshole, you're the worst person." And then after that, all you turn around and say, "Oh, you fuckface," like that. And after that, people take that out of context, and because you're the boss, you get skewered,
cancelled,
you know.
nothing.
Whereas let's say the employee said something worse to you. Let's imagine. Then does that context matters, right? You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, lah, it matters, but I think that is also such a hypothetical
It is.
situation.
But that's why I want her to I was hoping
lah.
she would have clarified.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like we said on the podcast, we don't
it could be
condone-
taken out of context.
Yeah. I mean, these are still allegations, and I
Yeah.
think we should not take it as complete truth.
Yeah.
Because you know, in these days and age, if people want to group together and take down one person, there are many ways to.
Yeah, many ways to.
Many ways to. You can calculate your moves. You can, you can rile people up and then use that as evidence, lah.
Yeah, actually, just now we were saying, this exists in all industries and all SMEs and all. But was there ever a time when you were doing YouTube in the early days, 2014, where you felt like the community was more together and not so bad?
Yeah, in the early days, I mean, collaboration is very normal. Because we all know
What does it mean? What did it mean to collaborate back then?
to grow each other audience, I guess.
That means like appearing in each other's videos and shouting
your
out
audience
to each
know my
other.
audience, my audience know your audience, I think sharing audience, or sometimes it's just sharing resources. Like example, you can act, then I can shoot, then we collab, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I also felt like the early days there was more of that.
And it's very healthy. In fact, I got a friend who who used to manage overseas YouTubers. He came to Singapore. He said, "Oh my God, Singapore politics is really, really horrible."
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he literally said that. He said
Really?
like, Singapore's so small, but we have such a bad politics.
So why do you think that is the case? Because I think
Because we are very small, competitive. Maybe.
Small market, so
Yeah,
you feel like-
competitive. And you want to kill off your competitor, you want to be on top of others, that kind of thing. Maybe in overseas it's like, in US, what can you do damage? Maybe you just don't hang out with this person or get another group, there's another gang, another clan.
another state. You would have moved somewhere
yeah.
else.
So I think Singapore, because we are small.
yeah.
But again, in Hong Kong, they doesn't have this kind of thing, right?
Yeah, Malaysia also they
Yeah.
I mean, Malaysia also had the politics, but they
Yeah.
overcame it.
Yeah.
But then you also see politics in the US with the TikTok houses and all these falling out and all, right? To me, it almost feels like when we were all starting on YouTube, we were still kind of finding our footing. Then there was a wave of people who started companies and started doing YouTube as a business. And I think that was the
That
turning
was
point.
a turning point also. I mean, even Wong Fu themselves, I think inspired a lot of people. You know, like Wong Fu, they were a YouTube channel doing short film.
Yeah.
I mean,
can clarify what you mean? Why do you think that was the turning point?
a lot of people just start doing short film. Then eventually they start opening up.
You're saying the turning point about business, is it?
Yeah. Why opening up businesses and all that would be a turning point for YouTubers?
I think for me, then the competition almost becomes very tied to your livelihood. Because there's one thing about competing for views. If it's your hobby, if it's your side hustle thing, you might still be schooling or you might be getting your livelihood through other means. But the moment you make it your business, it's almost very tied in with your life. And if your business doesn't do well, it really affects your livelihood. And sometimes in a small market like Singapore, if you lose out to another YouTube channel, it breeds that sort of like, oh shit, okay, I need to get this gig so that the other people don't get gigs. And I think that's where it's like, okay, let's say you can be best friends with someone. The moment you start a business with it, there's a chance that relationship might fall out. I think when a lot of YouTubers started making it their business, it became less friendly, or at least the friendships could still be there, but there was a business element to it. Yeah, and I know there were certain falling outs of like, okay, if this channel introduces a brand to this YouTuber, is there a commission or is it vice versa? Then if you don't, then it just has more room for that sort of tension.
Is that how you saw?
Yeah, I heard of such stuff I mean, here and there. But okay I mean, I feel we are all content creators. We are all helping each other. You know, we are all doing it for the art and passion. So for me, it's always I can help, I will help. You know. Yeah.
I mean, even today, like
us,
for those of you listening, Jaze was so keen to do a TikTok live with us.
Yeah. Help.
Yeah.
But we failed now.
Yeah. we couldn't
have enough followers.
reciprocate.
We didn't have enough followers to.
So
to
let me do a
TikTok
shout out
live.
for you guys.
So Jaze here, he has 1.6 million followers, and he was like, guys, I can do a TikTok live with you guys. You know, I can mention Yala, but all I have to do is invite you to the live. We're like, yeah, fuck, let's do it.
Yeah.
Then we found out you need a minimum of 1,000 followers to be invited.
Yeah. So I do miss those days a little bit, those days when people just like, oh, let's do a video together, or let's meet up and that kind of thing. But I also do feel that is a relic of the past already. I'll never go back to those days already.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that with TikTok and shorter form content and things like that, people can find ways to collaborate again.
We have not seen any platform doing comeback. Like suddenly this platform got popular again. Have not seen something like that yet, I guess.
Yeah.
But I know that Instagram is coming. In US, the Reels are also quite popular.
Oh, they're doing well.
Yeah.
Reels.
So yeah, Reels. Because it's exactly like TikTok. It's just another tab. Then we go in, it's everything like TikTok.
I see.
Just sharing the music. And nowadays you can also add music to your story. And then, I mean, although I'm on TikTok platform, but I feel like the conversion is there because Instagram itself already got a lot of audience.
Yeah.
And you can also post your lifestyle, your story, which TikTok is lacking right now.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, I remember when IG stories came out, everybody was like, who the fuck would use this? That's Snapchat.
Exactly, but it became a thing.
That's Snapchat. But then it totally killed off Snapchat, right?
Yeah.
No, it killed off the IG feed itself, man. I don't even look at the normal IG feed, the pictures already.
Yeah. And now I think they're retiring IGTV,
yes,
you know?
they're turning IGTV into Reels. That's what they did. And now you can upload 16:9 or 9:16 video
Post. As a post, right?
As a post, yes. Once you tap in, it will just become big,
Which is TikTok.
which is as a TikTok.
Yeah.
So at very fast, you see Instagram almost like TikTok, and
Oh my
there's
God.
picture, So yeah, the competition
Wow,
is
the
very strong.
Singaporean CEO of TikTok in his GCB gonna be stressed, man. Gonna be stressed.
But so like just talking about that, like what do you see yourself like in 5 years time, 10 years time, still doing a lot of things on social media?
Yeah, I think I'll probably want to do this more.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm trying to make sure I have lesser things on my plate so that I can focus more on content creation.
Oh, okay. Lesser
Yeah.
things on your plate, meaning
Meaning, like maybe for my company, I can have like lesser things to care about,
okay,
manage.
Yeah.
Maybe pass to a partner or something, or pass to less management in my
I see.
company, but I can focus on just content creation.
Yeah, actually, that's one thing I wanted to ask you also, like, because you are more than just in front of camera and everything. I know you also do singing, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen some
Yeah.
music videos you
Yeah,
shot with
here and
friends,
there.
performances and
Yeah.
stuff. Like that. So, what is the aspect of Jaze Phua that is?
I always love music lah since young.
Yeah.
Although I started learning a bit very late, like in my 20s. Then I always wanted to do content with music, like even like just parody. I also don't mind. I love doing like parody music.
Yeah.
Singing, I think singing itself is kind of in my blood also.
Okay.
Like there's this DNA test.
Yeah.
I did. Then they say like I'm musically inclined. I'm like, huh? Because I started music really late. I never learned piano since young. I never learned anything.
I thought all that does is tell you your ethnicity and heritage. It tells you your
Yeah, they tell you your creativity, and all.
DNA,
Yeah.
wow.
Somehow that means in the blood, there is somewhere. That's why I'm like I love music, But I learned very late lah. Like, I
So
didn't
then you
have
can
the
tell
exposure to
your
that.
like anyone in creative field can tell their parents also. I'm genetically
Yeah.
inclined to be in the creative.
I don't know
arts.
how they check that. Yeah, quite interesting.
But have you ever thought about, okay, right now you direct, you act, you do stunts, you choreograph, you sing. Have you ever thought, okay, I'm gonna fuck everything else and just go deep into one?
Yeah, man, I thought about it almost every day also. I
To
just
do
want to
what?
focus on
To
one.
do what?
Singing,
I think acting lah.
acting,
Acting,
okay.
Yeah, and then like fighting, action star. I want to do that.
Yeah.
But Singapore just don't have that platform.
So who's like your action hero? Who's your
I mean Jackie Chan.
Okay.
Jackie Chan? Huh?
Because he's like the underdog. When he started, he always the underdog. It's like he himself, that Bruce Lee is the role model. But for him, he can't be that. So he'd be something like a joke.
Yeah,
But he'd be known as a
comedy.
joke, but also good and funny,
Yeah.
So that's his. And he became successful being that underdog,
I mean, I must say that I really enjoyed that one shoot that I did with you with Duo Studios.
Yeah.
It was called Daredevil, which was an Indian equivalent of Daredevil. lah.
Yeah.
And I mean, what I really enjoyed about that is because I am not martially arts inclined at all.
Uh-huh.
Martially arts.
You do a DNA test with
I
Scarlett.
do a DNA test. But if you watch the video, I came across like a fucking badass, man.
Yeah, there
There's
is
a lot of Bollywood stunts, not like
Yeah.
spinning here.
It was great. It was great, and it's still up on YouTube. You
Yeah.
can still see it.
I think
Daredevil on YouTube, and yeah, I think that mix of comedy and action, is very Jackie Chan-ish.
Yeah.
And you don't see that a lot in Singapore, lah.
And actually, this people might even be asking what the hell is stunt choreography. Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I myself didn't know until I saw you you guys at work as well, where it's really how to make people who aren't martially arts
Yeah.
inclined look badass and look
badass.
good in front of camera,
Yes.
and whether it's through camera cuts or camera angles or just the stunts that you choose for them as well. Like we did the one for She's a Terrorist where Muna and Kate had a really badass fight in wearing dresses lah.
Yeah.
And I mean they're both like quite small, minute, like girls
Yeah.
who are on Instagram and all that kind of thing. But the stunts we made them do ended up everything
Looking
looked
good lah.
really like
Yeah.
pretty brutal lah,
Yeah.
and almost like M18 kind of
Importance
level.
of the action director lah.
Yeah,
He's
so
the
that's
one
why-
that connect the DOP, the director, and the stunt itself to make it look good.
So again, for people who aren't in the production space, basically like Jace was like the action choreographer for us, which means that he had to coordinate between our director of photography, who was the guy behind the camera, the director,
Who was Terrence.
who was me, and then and the actors lah, right? And like basically you would like spend an afternoon or two to train with the actors to go through a choreograph. We did more than two or three sessions.
Where did we go? To
Yeah,
train?
we had one during the rehearsals. I remember at Pixel Studios, and then another one at some gym or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you basically have to go through every like step by step what they are supposed to do, and then where the camera is supposed to be placed and things like that.
Yeah,
lah.
we went Kraken. There was this small gymnastic place.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
very good.
Bishan, yeah.
So it was really cool because it really, I think you're really taking the three disciplines like directing, camera work, and also the acting side of things, like understanding how the actor's body works and all that, and you have to combine it all together and make it like a really interesting thing.
Yeah.
So it's a career in that. Is that a viable thing in Singapore?
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of stunt team also. There's also
There's a
like
lot.
Ronin action. Yeah, I also learned from them. Yeah.
And the guy behind Ronin is Sunny
Sunny
Pang,
Pang,
who
yeah.
just got casted in a
in a Hollywood movie.
Is it John
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, with Tom Hardy, exactly. It's gonna be
Yeah.
big, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember the title for now, but yeah, you'll see him on big screen again.
But that's your jam, like if you could, the acting action.
So, yeah, that would be my ultimate dream goal lah. Yeah, to be an action star,
That also sings, the musicals.
that
Musical
would
action
be fun.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
I mean,
Action
maybe,
musical.
Yeah, I mean, like for us also, we are trying to do more TV shows now. We have a few TV shows in development, and action comedy. Yeah, it's something that sounds very exciting. So who knows? Maybe
Yeah, man.
we have collaborated on YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe collaborating on a film. Walao, eh. That would be fucking
pretty
great,
badass
man.
lah. Yeah.
That would be so great.
Yeah. The next Squid Games Squid Games season 2.
The next Squid Game.
Yeah.
Singapore lah. Singapore's version lah.
Not in Singapore. Squid Games is a global thing.
Yeah, but then I'm
Global
saying
thing, 1%.
that won't be something that we direct or write lah.
I mean, we hopefully can. I mean, you can play a minority role in it.
But there's already the
guy
Indian,
he got
that
killed off.
Pakistani.
Oh
Fuck
shit!
lah, Terrence.
He hasn't finished watching
Fuck,
it.
I mean, episode
I mean,
four.
everyone will die.
No. Okay, shut up.
Okay,
no,
we'll stop here. We'll stop here.
Spoiler alert.
God, walao,
Yeah.
Terrence, you were doing so well, though.
No. The rule is 2 weeks after.
Hey,
the
no.
release.
Don't give me the
If it's-
shit.
After
No,
2
no,
weeks,
no.
you cannot
Nonsense.
stop
Just make
other
up
people
this
from
rule.
talking about
Just
it.
make up this
You
rule.
cannot stop people from
Nonsense.
talking about it. 2
This
weeks.
So you gotta finish them tonight, otherwise you
preposterous.
get spoiled even more.
Yeah, preposterous.
But I mean, is that your? Would you? I mean, we always think there's a lot of talent in Singapore, lah. And if we tomorrow we got a chance to work on something big like Marvel or whatever else,
Yeah.
we love to cast as many Singaporeans in
Of course,
all
of
roles
course.
as possible, lah. Is there something that you also hope to be able to do?
Yes, in fact, I already have this idea that I am looking to pitch, a series idea, something like Squid Game.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but it's more of the virtual world. But if you die in the game, you die in real life. Something
I
like
see,
that.
It was inspired by Squid Game, or
Yeah,
it's been
inspired by
brewing?
Squid Game. But I feel like because people just want to step up the level, But what
Yeah.
if Squid Game have a bit of action on Squid Game, man? There's a bit of virtual sci-fi thing going on.
Yeah.
So I have this idea I have in mind that I want to pitch to. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So then, I mean, overall for the Singapore media scene, be it short form, long form, what do you think the future holds in the next few years?
In local, like Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore content. I mean, content created by Singaporeans. Where do you see it evolving to over the next few years?
I think movie has a higher chance to go globally. I mean, like Our Boys to Men, Yeah, and then Agent 45 came Singapore to shoot. That means people have accepted Singapore as a location, Even Crazy Rich Asian is totally
Westworld.
Yeah, It's possible. You just need the right concept, the right budget. Yeah.
But how about there's a critique always that Singaporeans, our English is chapalang.
Yeah. I
our
also
Chinese
believe in that. So had to be a blend on,
As in, you believe like our English is chapalang.
Yeah, I mean for US people to hear us, I think they might feel sounds really weird, right?
Same for China people. I think
Yeah,
China people, they hear speak Chinese. They're
Yeah,
like, what
it's
the
like,
hell is this?
But isn't there a bit more acceptance of like overseas languages and cultures at this point?
But we're not
Got
speaking
subtitles, right?
But we're not speaking a different language, you see. We're speaking
English.
their language, their mother tongue, but with our
I think
Singaporean
unless
accent.
the context of, let's say, the movie to have Singapore language in it is that, okay, Singapore got this, where we are very rich, then we got this special island, Sentosa, then we got this where we invite people from different countries to come play this
Squid
game.
Game.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But not Squid Game or something like that. Then of course then the team players, the front man will be speaking more like Singlish,
Yeah.
Then of course you have China people,
Yeah,
you have US people, then they can just speak the way they usually speak. Then that in that context, it can work as a movie. Because movies should always cater to globally,
Yeah.
Unless it's a local show, you can only target in local. Yeah, so that'll be quite an interesting thing.
Yeah, I mean, I do also feel that as much as we speak something that is difficult to understand, I do think that if it's the centerpiece of a movie, it could be something quite interesting. Like. So Singlish is no longer like a prop or even an obstacle. It is the core focus of the movie. Like. So in that way, that could be quite cool. Like. So in some way, it introduces the global audience to Singlish, but also it's part of a good story. Like.
Yeah, and also I think there was this series on Netflix. Then the Singaporean try to speak very US English, trying not to be as
Marco Polo, is it?
no, the other one. I think it was something to do with lifestyle one.
Oh,
So in Singapore social.
That show. So like the Singaporeans that we know speak very non-Singlish at all.
Yeah.
Then of course, as Singaporean will feel like this person very weird, very fake. But obviously they were just trying to blend into the global audience.
Did you watch the full series?
No, I watched a few glimpses here and there lah. Not really my thing lah. Yeah.
I never thought it was my thing, but after the second episode, I was okay. This is entertaining lah. If you just accept it for what it is,
I
it's
think,
entertaining.
Yeah, but also catering to the global audience. When they watch it, they probably won't find this at all. They won't feel like what we are feeling at all.
Yeah.
Correct. In fact, I think a lot of globally they felt it was quite interesting because it came out right before
Crazy Rich Asian. Right
after Crazy Rich Asians, before the pandemic hit. So also in terms of like traveling and all that, they didn't get to see it. I mean, it's interesting to see what Singapore's like.
Or maybe we should all just focus on a platform that almost rewards exotic things like OnlyFans lah. It all comes back to OnlyFans, bro.
Is it you want to be on it? You have a niche
Yo, the
audience.
Indian market is huge,
Indian
man.
market,
Yeah.
1 billion.
Chinese market, Indian market, we can conquer like 1/3 of the world already.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and together if we join forces,
We are the only fans.
then we can collab. but yeah, I mean, is it? You think it's time for the?
Yeah, we can. I think we've had a very long, interesting discussion about the scene here.
Yeah.
Actually, I just had one last question, lah.
Yeah.
Really related to content creation. It's like, what would you tell a young person, a young Jaze from 2013, lah, who wants to come in, join in, do social media now and become a content creator, lah? Like if you could, any piece of advice you would give to a young person now, like looking to enter the scene, lah.
How say? Be nice.
Be nice.
The three taboos. Don't mention them at all.
The three taboos.
Yeah.
Race, religion, politics.
Oh, okay,
Don't
okay,
mention
okay.
them. Whatever you're doing, don't do that.
Okay.
Then just keep doing non-stop. Yeah. One day, just keep doing on. Really keep doing. Cause then one day you probably will see some result.
And was there a time where you felt so shitty, so jaded, and yet managed to come out of it just by thinking of like your North Star that kept you going? Is there anything that you would like to share? What was helpful for you, lah?
Or even like around which period, lah, right? Like
Yeah.
What video was the thing that?
Unless it's been smooth sailing and upward trending
Not
for
really.
you all
Like,
the way.
but I feel like every time I feel like I just want to slow down on my things. Like Instagram, when I was thinking of slowing down, then after that the mirror run thing went viral. So then my Instagram booms. Then for TikTok also, I was at my 170K for quite a while. Stagnant for really quite long. So it's not pushing much. My views are just dropping. Less than 10K. And like, what am I doing? Yeah, I try to hit trend, also no use. Then I feel like giving up. Not giving up lah, just like slow down. Don't focus too much on that. Maybe I do other businesses that they can make more money. Then then this thing blew up.
Yeah.
So a bit of luck lah first with that. But then of course the motivation is that just keep doing. You never know.
Just keep doing.
Just keep doing.
Yeah,
Just keep doing.
because your break will come, lah.
Yeah.
You have to create the luck for yourself.
Yeah.
lah.
Create for opportunity. The way for the opportunity to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome, man.
I mean, even for you guys, MOL,
Yeah.
I've been watching since the start also. Right?
Yeah.
You guys also have a few breakthrough, right?
Yeah.
Swimming at the
Takashi
most famous.
Maya
That's the
Fountain.
most famous thing. I think you heard it too many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah, but I think the thing about us is that we have sort of changed our content format quite a bit since we started. Whereas I feel like you have been much like what you say, like Jackie Chan looks towards Bruce Lee and you look towards Jackie Chan and all that. And then even today we still see a very, very clear trend of where you're going. For us, I mean, we've been finding our voice for very long and all. I mean, it's good that we take the time to explore. So.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I wanted you to what I wanted to find out what advice you have, because I feel like you've really stayed the game the longest and you haven't been cancelled yet.
Hopefully not.
So it's worth listening.
Yeah.
The advice you're getting here is from someone who's been in the game long enough, but is still at the top of the game and still
and across multiple
viral.
platforms.
He went viral 6 years ago. He's going viral today, which is very rare. Like, some people go viral once and that's it for their whole lives already.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So on that note, how we normally wrap up our podcast is we have this segment called the One SHIOK thing.
One SHIOK thing.
Yeah, which is something that we have come across over the past few days, like a video or a TikTok or an article that you can share with our audience.
Even a restaurant recommendation.
Yeah.
Or one SHIOK thing.
Yeah, one SHIOK thing. Yeah. So we will go first to give you some time.
Correct.
And Terence, would you like to
Sure.
to go first?
My wife and I, after we put our baby to sleep at 7 p.m., we've been starting to play this game on PS4. Very old game already, called Days Gone. Are you a video gamer? No, yeah, but
I
Days
play some
Gone.
games, but not so much on the PS.
Yeah, this one is it's fun because it's a mix of Grand Theft Auto and zombies, killing zombies.
I love
and all
Grand
that.
Theft Auto.
So imagine going around, but your missions are about killing zombies or wiping out zombies and things like that. So and it takes place in Oregon, which is
A US place.
part
Oregon.
of the US where Portland is, and where very nice mountains in the background and a lot of wildlife and everything. It was the last place that I visited before the pandemic as well.
Oh.
And then a lot. I recently So Ryong went to school there also. Then we talked to him about it. And I have a friend who's holidaying there at this exact moment.
I would love to go there, man. I was recently playing with Google Earth. I can play with Google Earth for really long. I think I'm that kind of person. I can just explore. Then it's all very big, that whole area.
Yeah.
And it's quite deserted, like some point, some place.
National parks and all that in the area, Yellowstone, all.
Yeah.
So I mean, in the pandemic, I think I've learned to just immerse myself in all these worlds and just explore a lot.
Right.
Just do nothing and all that. So that's why we've been spending a lot of
Oh,
time.
your wife and you play the game?
Yeah, we
huh?
played together as a couple activity.
But do you all get is it competing against each other?
No, it's we just pass the controller to each other. Hey, I'm very tired, you play this now.
Oh,
Just
wow,
carry
that's
on.
nice.
Oh,
That's
wow. That's couple 101,
so when you
man.
marry a gamer girl.
But was she a gamer for a while?
Yeah, she was maybe even a bigger gamer than I was before.
Oh.
That's what you look for in a wife. Huh?
Yeah. I think if I asked my girlfriend to play a game, she would ask me to just...
Squid Game.
Squid Game was too intense for her already.
The Squid Game.
Hey, whoa.
OnlyFans material.
That's OnlyFans material. That's the intro. That's your OnlyFans account.
What?
Your handle.
Oh.
From Squid Game
Why
to
play
Squid Game.
exactly. Why
This
play
is-
Squid Game when you can play Squid Game, right?
Yeah.
That's his pitch. That's his pitch.
That's your
Squid
pitch, bro. You got your tagline.
Then after that, is that just really squirting stuff?
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
water gun. Watch me squirting
Exactly.
stuff.
Yo, we just came up. Dude, you have to do it now. You have to do it. That's a sign from the universe, man.
Squid Game.
Squid Game. Wow, that's awesome. Cool.
That's your one joke thing. Yeah.
No. My one SHIOK thing is a trailer that I recently saw for a film on Netflix, which I haven't watched yet, but I want to watch. It's called The Guilty. It stars Jake
watched
Gyllenhaal.
it.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, I just watched it.
Okay, so what I came to realize is that it's a remake of a Danish show.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And why I find it so interesting is the concept looks interesting, but the premise, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that it is set in a police dispatch center where the entire story takes place focus on the police officer listening to a distress call from a woman who's apparently kidnapped. Right. It doesn't leave the station.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't. And I love those sort of movies because we were talking about making a film, and one big constraint in Singapore is budget sizes. And I'm always blown away by movies that have constraints and use the budget very smartly to tell a story.
Yes. I
Yeah,
love that
and
too.
this is literally just focus on the police officer and the phone call. So you hear a lot of audio. And for the guy who wrote the Danish film, he said his inspiration was a YouTube video of a dispatch call and also the podcast serial. Because he said just by listening to the call, it allows the
story.
viewer to form the images in their own
Exactly.
mind. And he thought that was a very powerful dynamic. And Jake Gyllenhaal watched it. He loved it so much that his production house acquired the rights to remake it, and then he starred in the remake.
Oh.
So I haven't watched the film yet. I've heard it's good.
Where is
Would
it
you
on again?
recommend it?
Where is it on again?
Netflix.
Netflix,
It's
yeah.
called The Guilty.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jake.
The minority character dies.
Okay, Jaze,
Okay, I shall watch it.
Yeah.
I'll watch
What
it.
is what is your?
Kidding. That was your Squid Game spoiler. I already said it already.
No,
so
no,
I mean, I
okay,
can't
but I'm
spoil
trying to
it.
wipe it from my memory. Okay, but I heard the Danish version is really good. I hope the English version is good as the Danish version. But I'm gonna try and watch the Danish version first, lah.
Yeah, just catch it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's worth catching just to see
The production, lah.
how it's done. Yeah,
Right. All right. Cool. Now, Jace, what is your one SHIOK thing?
yeah. And you don't need to say it's the podcast. Everyone knows this podcast is awesome. But yeah, something.
Yeah,
else.
I mean that's a given. Let's see. One SHIOK thing. Wow.
Too many.
Too many. Or like, what's a TikTok that you saw recently, or a TikTok channel you would recommend?
Yeah,
A TikTok,
something
yeah, a
great,
TikTok creator.
Wow. I don't think I can even find the name because
Okay.
I can't remember his name. I only remember his profile picture
Okay.
because his name is not his name.
Or even something you watched recently or came across at a restaurant or some food or something that really blew you away that other people can try.
Food, one SHIOK thing. What's that?
There's a Squid Game, that tense song.
Oh, that Pink Soldier.
Maybe is
One
it?
of the song I think.
Yeah, correct.
No, I mean for people listening, Jace is thinking very hard now. I think you have a lot.
Okay
of
lah, I'll
things,
just
right?
just throw things out of my head. I mean,
Sure.
the last Netflix show that I watched is Demon Slayer lah because
Mm.
season 1 was good. Then
Yeah.
they came out with the movie. Movie was even better.
Yeah.
Then now they came out with season 2.
Mm.
Then season 2 episode 1 just came out I think 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think every week they release one. And season 2 is really good because it talks about the prequel of the movie. Because the movie
Sure.
just start like that. Then
Yeah.
one of the very cool characters died at the end.
I
I
see.
want to say who,
Oh,
but
you
then
spoiled it for us.
then there's a backstory of him
Okay.
in season
But
2.
what's the show about?
About these demon slayers killing demons.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, Harish and I we're not super
Anime,
anime fans.
yes.
But when I think you watched Attack on Titan, right?
Oh yes.
I also saw Attack on Titan.
you watch finish everything?
I watched a season lah.
I haven't.
And I enjoyed it because I thought it was like very nice
in
world
fact,
building and everything.
You should keep continuing because I think that's
Yeah.
one of my favorite anime so far. So
Yeah,
because there's a very big plot twist towards the end.
Oh, really?
okay.
Yeah, and it's so good. And the music and the character,
yeah.
you know, why suddenly a lot of guys start growing long hair because
Yeah,
it's
because of that,
linked to the anime.
I
as
better
well.
watch it before Terrence spoils it for me. Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
so Demon Slayer in what way? How will you explain to Angmo those bananas and all that?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
about why Demon Slayer is worth watching?
Funny, their characters, because these just 3 main characters, you know,
Okay.
they are very different. And,
I see.
yeah, I mean the humor there, and then
Also, it's funny also. Like,
yeah, and then the color, the visual, because the way the art is being drawn is very Japanese. It's very unique. You don't see anime that is done this way. Although it looks like typical anime, but if you really watch the movie, all the effects and all, it's all drawn. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't made specifically for Netflix, right?
No, it's not.
It's not a
by
Netflix
itself,
original. I see.
UFO Demon, I think. UFO Demon.
Yeah.
Oh.
My wife is a huge fan as well.
Oh,
that's good,
but
that's
I never watched it.
Yeah, and the music is also good. Yeah, but I think Attack on Titan is way better. It's
Oh,
a
way
different.
better.
You talk about like
Really,
if you
yeah?
like more psychological, more like
Really?
more live action instead of because I think anime I can for Demon Slayer I can understand it's more too fantasy lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anime for Attack on Titan is more real life, very
Yeah.
real life. You know, it's something that could happen if let's say they're really a giant. You know, they are-
Giant zombies.
Yeah, I mean Demon Slayer is more spiritual. Yeah,
Oh, spiritual shade is
we
good.
don't like demon, then the underground. Kind of thing.
Horror, more horror kind of.
Not so much horror. This
Not so
demon,
much, okay.
a bit like zombie. A bit like zombie.
I'll be like zombie. Okay.
Yeah, if they bite you, then you can become demon. That kind of
I
thing.
see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
I see. All right,
Can
cool.
non-horror.
Yeah, can. And anime, I think okay lah. Anime okay. But I hate horror shit.
Oh, horror.
I cannot take horror. Paranormal crap. Wow,
Oh
fuck, I
my.
cannot. Yeah, I cannot.
Yeah, I can understand that. For me, is I try to avoid watching it. I can watch. For me, I will laugh during the show because I know how
Yeah.
I'll think of how they do it. You know, sometimes they'll go just terbalik, you know, that kind of thing. You know, I can imagine they were doing that in front of
For
camera.
production.
Yeah, I'll think of the production stuff. That's one. Secondly, is
Correct.
a lot of image will start appearing in my mind when I sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
When you off the lights, then
Yeah, you
you
imagine
cannot.
that being there. You know.
Cannot.
And how much
Yeah.
mentally strong you are telling yourself, it's just a show, it's all fake visual
Yeah.
they put in you, but you start to imagine, you know.
Yeah,
Correct,
cannot.
Yeah.
That's
But
true.
yeah.
Wow.
Cool, man.
Cool.
All right, we
Yeah.
got 3 SHIOK things. And to all those listening, thanks for listening. Oh yeah, where can people find you? Like, what should they look for?
Just look for Jaze Phua. Most of my handles are just Jaze Phua. JAZEPHUA.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And your
okay.
company is
Fantastic Media.
Awesome.
Like Panda, but
Panda. It's
Pandastic.
fantastic, but we changed the fantastic to Panda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool,
All right,
man.
man. Thanks
Yeah,
so
man.
much, Jace.
No problem.
Pleasure
Thank
to
you so
have
much.
you. All right, and
just-
thanks for listening. Yeah.
Now just do a shout out here as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Also,
So, so graciously on
Hey
his
guys,
on his
also
TikTok.
there's,
Hey, what's up?
Terrence and then Harish from
Hey.
Ministry of
Yeah,
Money.
yeah.
We
What's
have
up?
95 people on here.
Oh,
Oh,
sweet.
sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can
So
ask
you
them.
guys should follow them on TikTok. It's on
Yeah.
Yalabat.
And also check us out on Spotify.
Yes, for you guys.
Yalabat. And we do 3 podcasts a week.
Yeah,
Cool.
cool. They will be on
Alright.
TikTok soon more actively.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll do collaboration.
Yes. we
Okay,
will.
cool.
Thank you.
And thanks for listening to our shout outs on TikTok.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace out. Thank you so much.